Rich Dad Poor Dad, key lessons from the book explained in animation. We are not taught to have a correct relationship with money, and that is where many problems come from. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a book that teaches you how to build wealth. The author, Robert Kiyosaki, shows readers how to become financially free and retire early by following his strategies. How have you learned to relate to money? The most normal thing is that you have a series of beliefs or values that have been implanted in your house as a child. If you like videos about investing, cryptocurrencies, insurance, finance, loans and mortgages, you'll love following the Money Trace channel. You can support us by hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when we release new videos. Please also hit the like button if you find this content helpful so that YouTube will spread our message to more people. In the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, author Kiyosaki talks about his two parents. 1. The biological father, who was a super prepared man, with his university degree and a good job. He was not poor, but he did not know how to handle money and he accumulated debts throughout his life. The other was the father of his best friend. Without major studies, he was able to start several companies and became one of the richest men on the island of Hawaii, where he lived. Cool, isn't it? Analyzing the teachings he received from one and the other, Kiyosaki understood how education influences everything that has to do with finances. The poor father told him to study to get a good permanent job. The rich man, on the other hand, told him to study to understand how money works, and a great phrase, put money to work for yourself. The old scheme of studying a lot to get a degree that guarantees you a good job is a thing of the past. First, because times have changed, and a university diploma is no longer a guarantee of anything. And second, because by doing that you get into a trap that will cost you to get out of. It is what is called the rat race. Most people put up with the workday thinking about payroll. They don't like their working conditions, but they endure because of fear, because of at least I have something. Well, that's the rat race. Like that little wheel that is in the hamster cages, which do not stop moving but also do not advance. They're not really going anywhere. When you have a job where you get paid certain money, you tend to spend it. If you get a better job, your standard of living improves. Then maybe you get married, as together the two salaries you go to a better house, you buy more things. If you have children, we won't even tell you what you spend. Every time you need more money, you work more and more, you are more and more exhausted, and you are in a trap from which it is not easy to get out. Okay, we need money to cover at least basic necessities, but do you realize that most people, regardless of what they earn, are frustrated because they don't have the money to do what they want? In reality, the problem is not that supposed poverty, but the lack of financial education. If you are enjoying the content in this animated summary, I suggest you get to know and read this famous and important book. In the description of the video, there is the link for you to buy it on Amazon. But don't forget to come back here in the video and get to the end, okay? Once you invest in that education, one of the first things you have to know is distinguish between assets and liabilities and go for the assets. This is explained very easily. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket. You invest in something that at some point will bring you income. Instead, a liability is the opposite. Obvious. It is an expense, a money that will never come back. The wealthy are people who acquire assets. Businesses that do not require your presence, stocks, investment funds, real estate that generates income, etc. In general, everything that has value, that appreciates over time, or that has an available market. Things that generate money that goes to our income account. A basic mistake in this is that some people buy liabilities thinking they are assets. We give you a very clear example. A house. Many people buy a home thinking that it is their greatest asset, the best investment they are going to make in life. But you have to pay the interest on the mortgage, repairs, taxes. That house is an expense, and it only becomes an asset if you sell it for more money than you have paid, or if you rent it generating more income than expenses. Another typical purchase. A car. By the time you get it out of the dealership, it is already losing market value. And to that you add gasoline, maintenance, taxes, etc. If you have a car, you know it is a great source of expenses. All this does not mean that you do not have a house or a car, but you should not base your financial plan on this type of expense. How do we get out of this spending wheel? Attend your own business. Many financial problems come from the rat's career, and that you can spend your life working for someone else. You work to earn money one month, and then another month, but you do not produce assets that generate money that does not depend on you. And it is not a matter of leaving your job there to adventure. Rather, keep it if you really need it and start investing in assets. Ideally, you will start generating income so you can quit your job if you feel like it. And then you can already dedicate yourself to your own business or, simply, to do what you are passionate about. Knowledge is power. If you spend time being well informed and take care of running your own business, as we have seen in the previous point, you will automatically have more money. For this, Kiyosaki talks about 4 fundamental areas of study. Accounting, to know in what state your accounts are at all times. Investment, or how to get money to call money. Understanding the markets, so that these investments are as profitable as possible. Knowledge of the law, to fulfill what is necessary and make the system work in your favor. As you can see, the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a gem. There is a lot of content there. You should read it entirely, and we recommend you do so. We love to create animated videos to help people like you. Hit subscribe and the bell icon to follow the Money Trace channel. By becoming a part of the Money Trace community, you won't miss our latest videos. One last tip, we've selected 2 other videos that will expand your knowledge even more. Enjoy!